Anthony Grasso here, bringing you financial news you can use. In this video, I'm going to do a stock analysis on Onconova Therapeutics. What exactly happened today to pump up this stock to over 40%? And is this biopharmaceutical company worth investing in 2021 and beyond? Well, let's find out together. I'm going to go over a summary of the company, its product offerings, recent headline news, financials, analyst projections, and give my buy, hold, or sell recommendation for both your short-term and long-term growth investors out there. And as always, don't forget to smash that like button down below and consider subscribing and hit that notification bell if you'd like to hear daily stock reviews and recommendations from an unbiased source. So let's get right into it. So Onconova Therapeutics is a clinical stage biopharmaceutical company. I have the product pipeline up here right now. The company operates through its identification and development of oncology therapeutics segment. It is focused on discovering and developing small molecular drug candidates to treat cancer. Now, the company has treated targeted anti-cancer agents designed to work against specific cellular pathways that are important to cancer cells. It has over 3 clinical stage product candidates and various preclinical programs that target kinesis, cellular metabolism, or cell division in preclinical development. Now, the company's lead product candidate, Rigosertibin, is being tested in both intravenous, IV, and oral formulations as a single agent, and the oral formulation is also being tested in combination with azacitidine in clinical trials for patients with myelodysplastic syndromes, MDS, and related cancers. Its other product candidates include Briclib and Resilizib. Now let's go ahead and look at some news of the company right now. So Onconova Therapeutics shares are trading much higher today following the disclosure of stock purchases by the company directors and executive officers right now. A total of 28,750,000 shares of its common stock were sold, including 3.7 million shares of common stock following the exercise of the underwriters of their over-allotment option at a public offering target price price of $1 per share. Now, the gross proceeds of the offering in the company are about $28.75 million. In other news, Stephen Fruchtman, MD, President CEO, will be presenting at the virtual company update at the 2021 Bio CEO and Investor Digital Conference that was being held today through the 18th right now. Now let's go ahead and look at some of the fundamentals of the company. The company currently has a market capitalization of $384 million. And I definitely want to bring up this chart for a minute, just to show you what historically the stock has done over the past year. As a current stock price of $1.69, as you can see here, it has a massive jump up since January, basically. Well, just at the end of January to February. It's also done this historically in the past, where it's jumped up, it hyped up, and it crashed back down. So that was a little pump and dump scheme. And I have a feeling that that's what's going on right now. So there's no real news of the company that they've, their drugs are approved or anything like that. So I just wanted to, look at the chart and just check that out. So the company is currently unprofitable, and is not forecast to be profitable over the next 3 years. Now, earnings are forecasted to grow by an average of 42% per year over the next 3 years. And its short-term assets exceed its short-term and long-term liabilities. And the company does have stable cash runway, has sufficient cash runway for more than a year based on its current free cash flow. But it is important to note that shareholders have been substantially diluted in the past year. So now, what do analysts say about this? Well, the analyst consensus is a hold right now, and the average stock price is only 46 cents, and it was definitely trading below 46 cents for a long time. So it's definitely overvalued by the analyst projections. Let me bring it back here. Now, going over a few of the analyst reports. Now, the street ratings rate the company as a sell. They said this is driven by a multitude of weaknesses, which they believe should have greater impact than any strengths, and could make it more difficult for investors to achieve positive results compared to most of the stocks they cover. Among the areas that they feel are negative, one of the most important was weak operating cash flow. Now, you have to understand, this is a biopharmaceutical company that it's a gamble. This is basically going to the casino and putting everything on red or everything on black, because we don't know if these 3 drugs are actually going to get to phase 3 and get approved. So just looking at the valuation analysis real quick, Now, because they don't really have any earnings, the price to sales and the price to book ratios are the most appropriate valuation measures. Therefore, the company seems highly valued with the price to sales ratio of 965.71 times, one of the highest in the pharmaceuticals industry, which is supported by a price to book of 18.43x times. That is also the highest in the industry. So my buy, hold, or sell recommendation on Onconova Therapeutics, here are my thoughts. Now, news of the closed offering caught the interest of investors today. That resulted in heavy trading of the stock. There has been more than 250 million shares of the stock that have changed hands today alone. Now, to put that in perspective, the company's daily average trading volume is about 39 million shares. Now, the company is currently doing human studies on the COVID-19 disease. That's preclinical testing right now. I wouldn't recommend having a main chunk of your portfolio on Onconova. There is no real news of the company besides the stock offering closing yesterday that should have a direct impact on the stock price today going way up. This is more likely the fear of missing out and pump and dump scheme in play right now. That's completely disconnected from the fundamentals. There's been no news on the clinical trials of any of the three stocks today to say, hey, we're going to have a jump up in the price. This looks like the day trading pump is in effect right now. Now, if you want to gamble on this, I would wait to buy in the stock after the hype is all over with, underneath $1 a share. Maybe you can probably even get down to even 50 cents a share and hold for the long term, but that would be a risky bet. There is no knowing if the drugs in the pipeline are going to get approved or when. It is too early to know that right now. Now, for short-term investors, now would be a great time to get out of this the stock. You get your profits, you move on to another stock. So there you have it, folks. And as always, don't forget to smash that like button down below and consider subscribing and hit that notification bell if you'd like to hear daily stock reviews and recommendations from an unbiased source. Until the next stock update video later today, folks, ciao.